Hey guys, it's your girl Jay, and I'm back again today with another thought for today. And today I think we will talk briefly about relationships, um, or even if you're looking to be in a relationship. I do have quite a couple of friends that come to me consistently for a relationship advice, and by no means am I perfect, or is any relationship perfect. My husband's not perfect, and that's the thing. There is no such thing as a perfect man or woman. You have to find that person that is perfect for you. Okay, so that person has to be perfect for you. That person has to be compatible for you. Okay, not Miss Jones down the street, not your mother, not your sister, cousin, best friend, or anybody else. That man or woman has to be compatible with you. Bottom line. Okay, so with that being said, always constantly giving advice to other people. I actually started thinking like maybe I need to get my master's in marriage and family counseling, and that's really what I was thinking. So if you guys know of a way how to get me on that track, I did start looking into it, and I found that maybe becoming a social worker may get me to what I'm trying to do sooner than later. But that's another topic, but that is something that I am currently thinking about pursuing. But by all no means do I think I'm perfect. Do I think my husband perfect? Do I think our relationship, our marriage is perfect? Because it's not. But we're compatible together for each other, and that's what counts. Okay, so the first Bible verse that came to mind is 2 Corinthians 6, chapter 6, verse 14. It says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers." That goes for dating. That goes for marriage. That can go for friendships and whatever other kind of relationship you may have with someone. So when you're looking at a relationship, you don't want to be with a man or woman who doesn't share the same beliefs as you. The bottom line, you're always going to have a conflict there. You're always going to be butting heads. If you have children, which belief to teach the children, that's a no-no. So if you're not on the same page spiritually, bottom line, it's a wrap. It's not going to work no matter how hard you try and fight for it. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Again, that's 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So unbelievers from the truth, unbelievers from your belief. If you're not on the same page, turn the page, honey, because it ain't going to work out. All right? That leads me on to the next scripture, Proverbs 8, chapter 18, verse 22. And that says, "Whosoever findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor in the Lord." So it says, whosoever findeth a wife, not whosoever findeth a husband, not whosoever findeth a boyfriend, not whosoever findeth a girlfriend, not whosoever findeth the sneaky link, as y'all starting to call them, or whatever. The other woman, the other man. It's whosoever findeth a wife. Okay? Findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor in the Lord. Again, that is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. And that just comes to me like, I know women, we get to a certain point in life where we just feel like we're not where we should be, and we try to rush things. Oh, I should be married by now, or I should have children by now, or whatever the case may be. Okay? If you first have to work on yourself and know what you're looking for, okay? But you can't have unrealistic goals. Okay, because there is no such thing as a perfect man, and there is no such thing as a perfect woman for men who are looking for a particular type of woman. Okay, yes, it's okay to have your preferences and all of that good thing, but dating today really sucks. I hate to say it. Like, I would hate to be having to date today. Like, I feel bad for my children, who have to grow up in this world dating. Just, that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, as already being an adult, if you're out here dating, okay, and you're ready to settle down, you're ready to start a family, and just be with this one person, and this, I'm talking to both men and women, if you're ready for that, then you first have to grow up and know what you have to bring to the table other than your body. For number one, that sex should not be the foundation of any relationship that you plan on keeping long term. If the foundation isn't solid, then neither is your relationship. And that's number one. You have to have a strong, solid foundation. Okay? So, whosoever findeth a wife finding a good thing. That means, ladies, those hot girl summers has to stop. Don't no real man want his woman to been with his friend, his cousin, and the man down the street. And that's point blank. Having hot girl summers and all that stuff's not cute. It's not attractive for long term. Now, if you just looking for, want to have flings and one night stands for the rest of your life, then that's up to you. But when you all worn out and no use to yourself, let alone someone else, then you gonna get what you asked for. My mom always used to tell me, you make your bed, you gotta lie in it. So if you wear yourself out and age before your time, then that's something you're gonna have to deal with when you finally ready to say, hey, I'm ready to settle down now, right? Okay, so, and that goes both ways, men and women. So women, know what you're looking for in a man, and be available. I mean, don't always play hard to get. Not saying be easy, but don't be mean. Always try to maintain and remain a lady. Be a woman, okay? And always allow the man to be the man. Try not to demasculate him, because it's easy to do. I had to learn the hard way. It's easy to do, especially when you're an independent woman who's used to taking care of herself. Okay, so then when a good man finally comes along, maybe you make more than him, or whatever the case may be. You're used to taking care of yourself, then along comes this man who tries to put his, manly things out on the table and be in charge, as the man should. Well, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Us women sometimes have a hard time submitting and letting the man be a man and run the house the way a man should. But hold on, a lot of times these men don't know how to lead, and that is a big problem as well. But ladies, if you find a good man that's willing to lead and lead the household, especially if you already have children that he's coming in on, or whatever, or maybe they're his children too, allow the man to lead. Okay, don't take that away from him, regardless of what you're bringing to the table. Don't take that away from him. At least let him think he's making the decisions right. Okay, so not saying that being submissive doesn't mean just sex. It means being able to let the man make the choice. Doesn't mean you can't have your own opinion, because you can. Doesn't mean you always have to agree with his choice, because you can. But that's a conversation you two should be able to have together. Why? Because one, you're equally yoked. Two, you're compatible. And obviously you love each other enough where you can work these things out. It starts with a discussion, a conversation. But, okay, try not to take away the man's role, even if you're used to doing it yourself. Just kind of step back and let him handle it. Maybe you have to show him how to do certain things. That's fine. A relationship is meant to grow and learn together. Okay, so that's fine. Maybe he grew up in a different background than you grew up. I mean, that's fine. Everybody comes from certain environments. But when you come together, you have to know how to mesh and compromise and learn to trust each other. So that's how all that works in. And no matter what, women always try to remain a lady. I know we get mad, we want to fuss, cuss, argue, get loud, stand up big and tall like we could really beat a man, and we know we really can't, but our mouth keep going and we don't know when to shut up. Okay, so just always try to remember to remain a lady regardless of the situation, because I'm real big. Like, I don't even know how to talk for real. I just know how to, I guess I be hollering. I don't know, I don't try to holler. It's just how I am and how I always been. I just say I'm loud, but I don't know. But my husband may take it as I'm being hostile and hollering when I don't really mean to be hollering, but that's how I come off as doing. So that's something I have to work on for me. But for the most part, women, we shouldn't be belittling our men, and same for the men. You shouldn't be calling your woman out her name, bees and hoes and all this stuff. You shouldn't be doing that. Nor should you be making her feel like that's what she is. And same for women. We shouldn't be calling our men out their name, making them feel less than. I mean, they already have it hard out here as it is, especially if you're a black man or any man of color, really. So just be mindful of that, both men and women, that when you're in a relationship, you have to learn how to do a lot of compromising. And you have to learn how to put yourself in that other person's shoes to see how you would feel if the situation was turned around and it was happening to you. Okay? Don't always take things personal, like the person is coming at you. Some criticism isn't always bad. Some criticism is good. You need to take what you can get out of it and apply it to change, to improve whatever the problem is. And that goes for both men and women. Okay? So the next verse that came to mind was Matthew chapter 19, verse 6. It says, "Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder." Again, that's Matthew chapter 19, verse 6. So basically, once you become married men and women, you're no longer two people. You're no longer boyfriend and girlfriend. You're no longer dating, or as the old heads say, courting. You're no longer doing that. You're husband and wife, meaning you should both be on the same accord as one person, as one mind. Okay? Whatever your differences is, you talk about it behind closed doors, but when you present yourself to other people, you look like you won. Like you on the same page, basically. Okay? So basically that's what that means to me. And if it's of God and it's meant to be, can't nobody tear that apart. I don't care if the woman with the biggest booty and the curviest hips and the prettiest face or whatever walk by, she ain't got nothing coming. Because if that relationship is of God and that man is for you, then he is for you. He's not gonna have eyes for another woman. Not saying that men don't look, but even the Bible speaks on that. I have to get the exact scripture where it says even lusting upon someone is a sin, which is just as bad as doing the actual cheating. So I mean, and same for women. If you truly love the person that you're with, I don't care how many sugar daddies out there. I don't care how many men say they can take care of you and give you this, give you that, and give you what the other person can't give you. Maybe on some level they can give you those things. But then on the levels that you need, that you truly need daily, they can't supply that need. And a lot of people end up leaving the person that they supposed to be with to go with the person that they think they need and realize that's not what they really need. And then they try to come back, but then it's too late. What they say, the grass not always greener on the other side. But if you water your lawn, you ain't got to worry about the neighbor's lawn, because your lawn gonna be looking just as good as their lawn, right? So everything that look good, not good for you. Even sugar, even salt look like sugar, I should say. But salt ain't sweet, okay? So moving on. Next, so and before we move on, just want to say, y'all become one person. So me and my husband, we one. I could talk to him about anything and everything. So I'm just gonna say this: when y'all tell me something, y'all tell we something. I'm gonna say that, and I'm moving on. And same for him. So my next verse, that scripture that came to mind, comes from Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22 through 24. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands and unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. So again, women, we have to be more submissive. Yes, we know how to take care of our own business. Yes, we know how to take care of our own business. Yes, we know how to take care of ourselves. No, we don't always need a man. Hold on one moment. No, we don't feel like we always, have to have a man. But who wants to be lonely? We all want companionship at some point in life. We all want companionship. Sorry about that, guys. My husband kept calling, so I had to answer the phone. But like I was saying, no one wants to be lonely. So women, we need to know how to be more submissive and let the man lead if he's a good man. Not all men are good leaders. But that's something that has to be worked on. Maybe he's not a good leader because you're not the woman for him. So, I mean, you have to look at every situation differently. He might not be leading for you, but maybe he genuinely don't know how to lead. So maybe that could be something that y'all learn and grow together. Relationships aren't going to start off perfect. You have to build, you have to learn, you have to grow together in a relationship that's meant to last. Okay? And you can't build on a weak foundation. That's number one. So set all your ground rules, ask all your questions, set all your expectations in the beginning. No surprises. Okay? So wives, submit yourselves unto your husband as your husband do unto the Lord. Women, that's not just sex. It means don't always argue with your man. Don't always fight against his decisions that he's trying to make. Don't mean you can't give your opinion or have your own opinion or try to help make the decision. But that's the conversation you two will have together, and then you will both come to a final agreement. But don't always try to put him down or try to make him feel like he can't make decisions or contribute in any way. Be submissive. Be a woman. Be a woman. If God wanted you to be a man, he would have made you a man. So when you out here in the world taking care of yourself and handling your business, you feel like you don't need a man. Okay? You may not financially need a man or whatnot, but you spiritually want a man. God gave men and women to be together. So when you finally find that good man that can relieve you from your manly duties that you perform every day, then become more of a woman and let him become the man. Okay? That's all I'm saying. A woman who's submissive shows good strength and character. And that's how the Bible explains it. So these not my words. These the words of the Lord. Again, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 through 24. Wives, submit yourselves unto your husband. Okay, again, Matthew chapter 19, verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. If it's of God, it's going to work. Now, we do go out here. We try to put things together, make relationships work, make financial decisions, work, start businesses, and all kinds of things we do that we don't pray about first. That we don't sit still and try to see where the Lord's guiding us. And we go out here and we do things on our own and wonder why it failed. Because if it's not of God, if it's not meant to be, if it's not in his will, it's not going to work out. Point blank. The end. Yes, some people it might be going good for everybody. You looking out in the world and other people got it going good, and you trying to figure out how they making it, and you here struggling and nothing working out for you. But let me tell you, this is their heaven. They have their heaven right here on earth. I don't plan on being on this earth forever. I want to make it into the kingdom of heaven. So this earth, this is not my rest. This is not my rest. Here on this earth is not my rest. Now, for some of y'all out there, it may be. Y'all might be living it up, got it going on, and living good. Ain't got to care or worry in the world for nothing. Oops. Phone slipped. But that's you. Everybody's story different, but I know this is not my rest. Yes, I want to live a good life. Yes, I want to live comfortably. Yes, I don't want to have to stress and worry and struggle. But the Lord ain't failed me now, and I'm still here. No matter how hard it get, I'm still here. And he always shows up and he always shows out. Just when I think that stuff can't get no better or worse or whatever, he provides a way. He always do. So we need to stop trying to worry about stuff we can't change and change things that we can. And, always try to surround ourselves by positive people. Okay, well, the definition of insanity is keep on doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Why you keep hanging with them friends, them so-called friends of yours, when you know they not your real friend? When you know they talk about you behind your back? When you know they plan on setting you up? Now, you can always be a good friend to somebody. You can be the bestest friend. You always there when they need you. You always can help them out. You always got the best advice. Your door always open. Whatever. But when you need them, they ain't nowhere to be found. They don't return your calls. The phones go to voicemail. They don't text you back. You don't hear from them until they need you again. So you can always be a good friend to somebody, but that does not mean that they have to be that same kind of friend back to you. So y'all remember that. Probably why I don't have that many friends. Because I don't want to be bothered half the time. So no, I don't care how good of a friend, how good of a person, how good of a family member you are. Those people don't have to pay you that same respect back and do for you like you do for them. It would be nice. It would be ideal. The true definition of friendship or being there for a family member or whatever. But they don't have to. So stop putting people up on pedestals and having expectations for people that only got expectations for you. That's why my circle's small. My circle very, 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 very small. Shit, I don't even have no circle. Man, everybody in this house, that's it. And they ain't all in my circle. Me and my husband, that's it. And half the time, I just be wanting to be by myself. That's how small my circle is. I don't even have a full circle. But anyway, that's another topic. Be careful who you let in your life, who you let in your business, and keep people out of your relationships. Point blank. Keep people out of your relationships. Because when you and that man and woman fussing and fighting and ain't on good terms, you letting people in your relationship, they gonna be looking at you all kinds of crazy when y'all make up and good again. Keep people out of your relationships. And that go for good things and bad things. Shoot, your own friend or family might be trying to get with your spouse behind your back because they ain't got nobody. So they trying to see what you got good going on. Because you always talking about it. So just food for thought, guys. This world dirty. Okay? What you put in, you don't always get out. And that's not always fair. But us adults, we already know life is not always fair. But anyway, I hope I was able to shed a little light on someone. So if you have any suggestions on any thought of the day ideas, please be sure to drop it in the comments or inbox me, guys. Thank you for watching. Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers. Bye.